like becoming a submissive woman is so crazy because the power you hold by doing that. I'll give a couple points. One, I was afraid that my feelings won't be valid or like I won't have a voice. What I noticed by just letting my husband make the decisions and just following that, he asks me for all the advice.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got something pretty good, man. We got a sister pretty much, man, figuring it out, right? She figured it out and she's trying to spread the knowledge to other sisters. And this is the same thing that men have been saying for the longest. This is like, if you literally can figure this out, you will literally get what you want. You will literally get what you want. But no, once again, women do not want to have, but no, once again, women, at least today's women here in America, they don't want to sacrifice anything. It's always, once again, how much can I extract from a guy while giving very little? And so that's what a lot of men are dealing with today. Men are trying to tell women, man, listen, this is what we want. We don't ask for much. We don't ask for nothing at all besides women just being traditional and being our support system. Telling women, hey, it's okay to, once again, take care of the house. You're going to be the main one taking care of the household. You're going to be the main one taking care of the kids. You're going to be the main one washing dishes, cleaning clothes, taking care of the food, making sure everybody gets something to eat. Whereas I'm the man, I'm gonna make sure I go out and go do whatever, yada yada yada. Now, granted, we're in the economy where women have to work, so they're gonna have to give up a little bit, just a little bit of the mother role, right? Sometimes they got to go to work. Women got to work today. Once again, they got to be able to bring a second income to the household. I'm pretty sure a lot of women want to go out and go socialize, go talk to people. But of course, you can also do that while being a stay-at-home mother. But at the end of the day, women want to go out and go work, and we understand that. But at the same time, a lot of women still forget the role. A lot of women really don't even forget the role. They don't want to deal with it, and they say, well, who wants to be submissive? That's being a slave. When that's really not being a slave. But here's a woman who is saying, man, listen, a lot of women want to be heard. That's why they don't want to be submissive. A lot of women want to be heard. A lot of women want to conflate, once again, allowing a man to be a leader to a man being controlling and not allowing her to express herself or have a mind of her own. A man being a leader is needed in every household. But as you said, a lot of your women cry and complain, oh, well, me being submissive, that means I can't say anything, which is why a lot of your sisters get upset with men when they date outside the race, when they date white women. And the first thing they go to is, well, y'all date white women, right? Or when they ask black men, why do they date white women? And the black men say, well, white women are very soft. They don't, they're not loud mouth. They tend not to talk back like y'all do. A lot of your sisters will say, oh, so y'all want a woman, man. Y'all want a yes man. Y'all want a woman that just lay on her back. And that's never the case. That's never the case. The biggest thing is, oh, y'all don't want a woman who can voice her opinion, who can have a say. And that's never the case. That's never the case. We're just saying allow us to lead. Right now, this is why I always say men will always be the ones to make the final decision in anything, right? They will always be the ones to make the final decision, but it would be imperative for them to get their wife's advice, because their advice may be better than whatever decision that the man was going to go rolling with. But women, once again, have to take that back seat and understand that, okay, at the end of the day, it's still the man's decision. Even if he does say, hey, well, you know what? Nah, I'm going to still roll with it. And let's just say something does happen. He has to bear that, because once again, as a man, you have to make those decisions. Even if a woman were to go out here and she makes the decision to go do whatever in the family, right? A lot of people may say, well, damn, the woman did mess up, but everybody's going to look at the man and say, dude, how did you allow that to happen? As a man, how did you allow that to happen? How do you allow your family to do whatever? How do you allow your kids to do that? How do you allow your wife to do that? That we have a leadership role. And before we even get into the video, there is this one video that I did a while back. Now, some people say it's a skit. Hey, that's up in the air. Do I think it is? I think it's kind of real, but then again, who knows? Once again, it's 2024. A lot of people do videos for skit. So of course you need to take that video with a grain of salt. But I'm getting a lot of comments where a lot of women saying, they were upset with me because they were saying, hey, well, you're sitting over here defending this guy. Never defending the guy. Look at the video.
Coming out with a curtain.
Why would you do this without money?
Put some drinks right there.
We got money that, sir. I don't know what
Shut up. He don't got nothing to do with this. Already getting the earth deposit already. Explain to her, man.
Yeah, so we're actually on a contract and we're past.
I'm on a contract. I didn't sign
That's what I'm saying. We good. Look, hey, we got.
It's a red door.
Yo, I already gave him the earth deposit.
I stay in this house.
You being emotional, man. Calm down. You being emotional.
Because why would you spend my money?
It's our money.
It was
You keep saying my
75%
money.
my money.
It's our money, though. It's our money. Get it together. It's our
You
money.
didn't even consult me on this. What is wrong with you
We are
today?
okay, we in a relationship. I consulted with you. I told you to get in the house. You told me you trust my judgment, right? You say you trust my
We
judgment.
haven't even gotten married yet. It should be
Okay.
a decision between both of us.
All right, we made a decision already. I gave him the earnest deposit already. Look, this is smart house. We got a smart house over here. This is smart house.
The smart house is smarter than you because you didn't make this
That's what you
decision with
wanted.
me.
All right, that's cool.
I don't know. I'm not.
I never defended the guy, right? I never defended that guy. Towards the end of the video, if people actually watched it, towards the end of the video, I said, at the end of the day, he is in the wrong. He should have brought her in. He should have got her advice. He should have talked it over with her, because number one, of course, from my understanding, it is her money. But at the same time, I was saying that generally speaking, almost all the time, men are going to make the final decision. It just has to happen. I mean, it's the man that's going to make the final decision. Now, of course, once again, put your woman in so number one, she can feel like, okay, he wants to hear me out, right? He's going to hear me out. He wants my input. We are in this together. You vet your man. Of course, you will always get good men who will always get their woman's input, because once again, we're in it together. So I don't want you to be living in a household that you truly don't like. Now, once again, if there is a house that I like and that she likes, but this has way more rooms or amenities or yada, but she likes this house because it just looks good and it doesn't have everything that we would need, of course, I'm going to say, no, we're not getting that house. We're going to be getting this one. She might dislike her for a little bit, but hey, once again, here's the reason why we got this house. Because you have this, because you have that. We can utilize this, we can utilize that. Whereas we can't really utilize anything with this house because you only got it because of some looks. So let's go ahead and see the sister crack the code. Crack the easiest code known to man. Crack the easiest code that most of your other sisters and most of your other women just struggle to do. Because hey, once again, they just do not want to sacrifice anything. It's always gimme. Why do I gotta give anything?
It's like becoming a submissive woman is so crazy because the power you hold by doing that. I'll give a couple points. One, I was afraid that my feelings won't be valid or like I won't have a voice. What I noticed by just letting my husband make the decisions and just following that, he asks me for all the advice. He comes to me for every question. Yeah. He'll call me, what do you think about this? I don't know what to do. I'm like, wow, what? Yeah. And then I say it, what I think, and then he does it. Mm-hmm. So I end up having a leadership role by just letting him be the final say, but he values my wisdom.
Yeah. I don't want you saying like with that word submit, right? When you look at it from an etymological, you break it down, it means she responds to you. When a man knows that he can trust his woman, he will value her opinion. Mm-hmm. A man.
See, guys, it's that simple, right? It's just that simple. See, what happens is a lot of your sisters, a lot of your women, right, will always argue and bicker. They will even just outright tell you, we need to make decisions together. Well, now we need to do this. They're already starting off on a bad foot. They're already telling you, hey, we're both going to leave. And then that's where a lot of times some guys get into the argument mode where they will, no, I need to lead. So then when you have situations, because of course the woman already doesn't know her place. So she's already telling you what her place is going to be in that relationship. So now you're already in a relationship with a girl who is trying to control. So this is where your arguments are going to come into play. This is where you say, hey, we're going to do this. Well, now, I want to do this. Well, now that's not the right. We're in it together. So, we're going to do this. I think this ain't, man, look, hey, once again, you can't do that because now, once again, you're undermining the man. You're pretty much, once again, you're almost being disrespectful to the man because he's sitting over here trying to say, hey, this is what we are going to do. Men tend to be way more logical than women. That's just what it is. Men are more logical than women. Not all, but most. When you look at all of the infrastructures, when you look at all the buildings, who created that? Who built those? Men. You have to use math. You have to use science. You have to use all of that stuff. Your women are not doing that. Men are doing that. That's why I say men tend to be more logical, even with just building things. If you can sit over here and say, well, it's easy to build a house. Well, why don't I see women out there, man, with their own corporations building houses? Why don't I see women out there with their own construction sites and all that stuff, building houses, building buildings? Because you're not going to see it. Men look more for things that is going to benefit everybody versus women looking at things that's going to just benefit her or what is just going to look good on everybody. Nobody cares about what it looks like. We're trying to make sure that it sustains us. Would you rather have a house, man, that is mediocre on the outside, right, where you're not going to get a whole lot of views, but on the inside it looks somewhat good? It has everything that you need: a refrigerator, dryer, washer, dishwasher. You got a few stairs, you got a couple of rooms. Or do you want a house, man, that isn't stable, but it looks good? To everybody in the world, they say, man, this is probably the best looking house known to man, but it's going to crumble in the next couple of years with no stability, no foundation. A lot of you women will probably pick that house with no foundation or whatever. No, well, let's go ahead and go with this one. We can build on this. But as you were saying that, hey, well, listen, if I just sit here and say, hey, well, let me just go ahead and just know my role. Let me just go ahead and take the back seat. The man is going to be way more inclined to say, hey, babe, what you think about this? Hey, babe, what are you going to think? What you going to think about this? So the very thing that women think that they were going to be losing if they just be submissive, they still end up getting if they be submissive. But once again, men are not going to give you that room. Men are not going to allow you to even have a say if you're already on a path of being hard-headed, want to be pretty much a feminist, right? If we want to be technical, want to be argumentative. So you can be unsubmissive and once again constantly keep butting heads because you don't know your place, and a man is never going to want to take your advice. The relationship will never work. Or you can be submissive, right? You can be submissive and don't have to worry about giving up, right? Giving up your voice, because once again, any man who has a woman who is submissive, any man who loves his woman, he's going to give her the room to be able to, to have her advice, to be able to have her opinion, to be able to have her input. So as she said, once I learned how to take my back seat and just allow him to lead, he of course is saying that, hey, I can't do it by myself. I'm gonna need you next to me, babe. So hey, what do you think we should do? Here, let me get your input. Same thing I do. I do it with my girlfriend all the time. What do you think we should do? What do you think we should do? What do you think we should do? And a lot of times I don't ever get her input. But there are a lot of times where in our place, hey, babe, what do you think we should do? And what do you think? Do you think this would be good here? Hey, well, I'm going to let you handle this. I'm going to let you. Once again, when you are submissive, the man is going to be way more inclined to want to get your advice, to get your input. But once again, women don't want to sacrifice anything. Women don't want to sacrifice their argumentative behavior, their type of mindset to just be submissive. So, of course, we have the comments. Let's go ahead and look at the comments. So somebody says they won't get it. It's instilled in them to fight, argue, and question the black man's authority. Let's go ahead and read those comments. Somebody says centuries of brainwashing since slavery. Somebody else says the word installed means it's not really there and put it into them. That being said, it also implies that there are women who are naturally submissive, which there are. If all women and men was perfect, the world wouldn't have problems. Truth is, the world is ish on both sides. And still gradually but firmly establish an idea or attitude in a person's mind. The standards her parents had instilled in her. Somebody else says it's not about race, sir. The black woman won't respect any man's authority if she can't trust him because he continues to not care to make the right decisions for them or continues to play stupid little boy games and not be a man about things. Somebody said, sir, sit this one out. You're not qualified to make such a statement, right? And once again, he says the black woman won't respect any man's authority if she can't trust him because he continues to not care to make the right decisions. Once again, that goes on the woman. You're picking a man who, once again, if the man is not making right decisions, he's already shown he can never make right decisions, right? But once again, you pick a man who doesn't make the right decisions. So you say, hey, well, you know what? I'm not going to be submissive to you. And that's what a lot of women are getting today. A lot of women will get men that they don't respect, that doesn't make good decisions, and then get upset and turn around and say, well, you know what? Hey, I'm not going to respect you. Well, hey, I'm not going to do this for you. I'm not going to do that for you. Well, once again, that's the man that you picked. That's the man that you decided to date. But now all of a sudden, now you're going to take all of his goods. You're going to take all of his resources because, hey, he doesn't make the right decisions. Maybe you might need to pick better men. Somebody else says, what is she talking about? Somebody said, I thought it was me. And then somebody said, it's just you and him because the rest of the world gets it, which is facts. Somebody else says she should have kept this a secret. Let the ones raised right keep winning. That is facts. That is facts. Let's go ahead and read those comments. Somebody says true, but don't forget most women nowadays lack introspective and perspective. So this woman says it is true, but modern women won't pick up on it. True. Let's go ahead and continue to go. Somebody says cheat code exposed. Sadly, most women won't care to implement. And then last but not least, as a woman, we got to have faith and trust in our man to be submissive. And that's just facts. We're going to end it right there, man. But like I said, women, man, it's very simple. It's very simple. A lot of your women feel that if I become submissive, if I become a traditional woman, I'm not going to have a voice. I'm not going to. Nah, nobody wants a robot. Nobody wants a yes man, but a man wants a submissive woman. And all that entails is the woman, once again, just being submissive. The woman, once again, taking the role of being behind the guy. And the man will always get that woman's advice, will always get that woman's input, will always put her in when it comes down to making tough decisions, because you would need to. She's going to live there too. She's in a relationship with you too. So she has opinions. She has feelings too. So of course you're going to have to validate that. It would be stupid not to get advice from your woman. It would be stupid not to get advice from somebody that's going to be working with you, that's going to be dying old with you. But hey, hopefully women will get it. Hopefully our sisters will get it and understand it. But I doubt it. All right. I really doubt it. But good thing we already still have enough of them out there to, once again, where guys can just vet and once again pick the right woman. Right? Pick the right woman. And like I said, about 98% of your women, man, have a feminist mindset to some degree. It's all about picking the right one. Do me a favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.